Let's be honest. Have you ever felt like you need a dictionary just to keep up with the latest health trends? I mean, the wellness world has its own language, and wow, is it changing fast. So today, we're going to decode it all together.
You've probably heard these terms buzzing around, right? Biohacking your sleep, finding your blue zone, setting boundaries. I mean, they're all over social media, they're popping up in conversations, but what do they actually mean?
So what's really driving all these new words? Well, it's way more than just a few trendy buzzwords. It actually shows a huge change in how we think about our health. We're going to explore 4 key shifts that explain this new language, starting with a move that takes us beyond the traditional doctor's office.
Okay, first up, there's this massive shift away from just treating symptoms. More and more people are looking for the root causes of health issues. We're starting to demand a more holistic, big-picture view of our bodies. This slide really gets to the heart of it. Conventional medicine, it's amazing at what it does, treating acute symptoms. You've got a headache, a painkiller gives you relief. Boom. But functional medicine, it takes a step back. It asks, okay, but why do you keep getting these headaches? It looks at everything from your diet to your stress levels to find that root cause.
And then you have integrative medicine, which is kind of like a best-of-both-worlds approach. It doesn't throw out conventional treatments at all. Instead, it weaves in other evidence-based practices. So for something like chronic back pain, a doctor might prescribe physical therapy and suggest something like acupuncture to treat the whole person.
This holistic mindset isn't new at all. We're also seeing a huge resurgence of ancient systems like Ayurvedic medicine. At its core, Ayurveda is all about creating and maintaining balance in your body using natural methods. So if you're stressed, it might suggest specific breathing exercises or herbal teas to help your body find its natural equilibrium again.
And this move toward a more holistic view, it's not just about our physical bodies. It's also having a profound effect on how we talk about our minds. A whole new vocabulary is popping up that helps us discuss our mental and emotional health with a kind of openness and precision we just haven't had before.
So, why does this new language matter so much? Well, for a long time, talking about mental health was taboo, totally surrounded by stigma. But as that wall starts to crumble, we need the right words to actually talk about what we're feeling, not just in a therapist's office, but with our friends, our family, our colleagues.
One of the biggest terms you hear everywhere now is boundaries. And really, they're just the personal rules we set to protect our own well-being. A classic example? Not answering work emails after 6 p.m. That's a boundary. It's a simple but incredibly powerful tool for building healthier relationships, both at work and at home.
And right alongside boundaries is this idea of emotional intelligence, or EQ. Think of it as just being fluent in the language of emotions, both your own and the people around you. For example, a manager with high EQ can sense when their team is getting overwhelmed and can step in before everyone hits burnout. It's quickly becoming an absolutely essential skill.
This quote illustrates the idea of emotional labor perfectly. It's that often invisible work we do to manage our own feelings to meet the demands of a job. The classic example is a customer service worker who has to stay calm and friendly even when a customer is being really difficult. That effort, that's real work. And then there's the word trigger, which, let's be honest, is often misunderstood. It's not just about something that annoys you. A real trigger is something, a sound, a smell, a situation, that pulls a person right back into a past traumatic event. It causes a deep physical reaction. Getting that distinction right is so crucial for talking about trauma with empathy.
Okay, so we have a more holistic view of the body and a new language for the mind. This third big shift is where those two worlds collide with technology. We now have this incredible ability to collect data on our own biology, essentially turning ourselves into walking, talking science experiments.
And that brings us to biohacking. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But it's really just about taking a proactive, do-it-yourself approach to your own biology. For instance, using an app to track your sleep so you can figure out exactly what helps you wake up with more energy. That's biohacking in a nutshell.
And what's making all this possible? Wearable tech, of course. That watch on your wrist isn't just telling time anymore. It's your personal health dashboard, constantly tracking your steps, your heart rate, even how well you're sleeping. And it's not just data for the sake of data. It's immediate feedback that you can actually do something with.
This technology is even changing how hospitals work. Take the virtual ward. Instead of a patient recovering in a hospital bed, they can be at home, comfortable, while digital tools monitor their vital signs. All that real-time data gets sent straight to their medical team. It's an amazing way to provide top-notch care outside the hospital walls.
This brings us to our final and maybe the most profound shift of all. Our entire conversation about aging is being rewritten. The goal isn't just to live longer, that's your lifespan. The new focus is on your health span, that is, maximizing the number of years you live in good, vibrant health.
A really fascinating idea driving this is the concept of blue zones. These are a handful of places around the world where people don't just live longer, they live better, for longer. Researchers are studying their lifestyles, which often include things like a diet packed with vegetables and very little processed food, to find clues for healthy aging for all of us. Now this slide shows a really crucial distinction in this new language of aging. Your chronological age, that's just the number of candles on your birthday cake. Simple. But your biological age reflects the true health of your cells. It's totally possible for a super fit and healthy 60-year-old to have the biological age of a 45-year-old. And the goal, really, is to keep that biological number as low as you can.
And of course, a huge part of aging well is keeping your brain sharp, which totally explains the boom in nootropics. People sometimes call them smart drugs, and they're basically substances that aim to boost cognitive functions like memory or focus. It's the whole health span idea, but applied directly to our minds. Not just living longer, but thinking clearly for longer too.
So, when you pull all of these threads together, functional medicine, biohacking, boundaries, biological age, a really clear picture starts to emerge. Our very definition of health is changing. It's becoming more personalized, it's way more proactive, and it truly integrates our mental and physical well-being, maybe for the first time ever.
And all of this leaves us with one final, really important question. With all these new tools and all these new terms, is the relentless pursuit of wellness becoming just another source of stress? Is optimizing our health turning into its own kind of full-time job? It's definitely something to think about as this new language keeps growing. Thanks so much for joining me.